say lob it to Ryan Perez in the paint off a couple of screens.
Esquivel to Garcia. Off the deflection. Los Fresnos comes back and wins. Now Santa Maria will put up a three. Bang! Santa Maria!
There's Warner. Here comes a headed jam. Counted for two. Field. Adios! And the Falcons win on a walk-off. And it's saved. What a game.
Smack to the left. That is gone.
Lob for Perez. That's my play. Off the backboard. Count it. And a win. And a win. Ryan Perez wins the game for the Santa Rosa Warriors, and they go nuts. And why not? And a very pleasant good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another broadcast here on Real Sports Live. Joe Bowling with you, coming to you in Brownsville, Texas, as it's the Brownsville Invitational Volleyball Tournament. Our match this afternoon will feature the Corpus Christi Ray Lady Texans taking on Brownsville Veterans Memorial. Lady Chargers, a young squad and battling through some injuries, have been producing some high-quality games, including reaching the championship game of the McAllen tournament last week, and today they start their pool play against Corpus Christi Ray. These teams are also accompanied by San Perlita, which is in their pool. They'll be on the court after this one. These games are all best of 5, 3 of 5, race to 25, win by 2. Rudy Zamaripa Jr. on the camera. I'm Joe Bowling. Game 1 is right around the corner.
And fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Come on down to Staples Street Meat Market with the best selection of quality meats, beef ribs, Angus beef fajitas, and Staples Street brand sausage, featuring our new authentic family recipe for pony spices. Check out our weekly specials. Your one-stop shop for everything you need for your next barbecue: ice, charcoal, wood, and adult beverages. We are your local football headquarters. Look for our new location coming early 2022 at 7418 South Staples Street. We're a proud advertising partner with Real Sports Live and the Coastal Band and RGV, and supporting all our local sports and athletes. Staples Street Meat Market.
We're the Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Back here on our pregame show, I want to thank Staples Meat Market for becoming one of our sponsors here this year on Real Sports Live. They'll be included in all of the Brownsville broadcasts, as they are providing product to the Lopez supermarkets here in the Brownsville area, as well as McAllen and also in the Corpus Christi area. Again, a proud sponsor of athletics. Staples Meat Market, just another sponsor here on Real Sports Live, jumping on board and assisting us in what we do this year. Other sponsors, you'll be seeing them as I play them throughout our broadcast. That's how we are able to do what we do here on Real Sports Live. What we do is free of charge to schools. It's free of charge to fans. Therefore, we rely 100% on advertising revenue, which comes in. Occasionally, we've had some donations. We appreciate anything we get that assists us in doing what we do. With 20 systems going full-time throughout the regular season and through the playoffs, it's just shy of $250,000 that goes out on what we're doing here on Real Sports Live, and the advertising that you see is the real reason why we're able to do what we do. Texans and Lady Chargers volleyball action continues after this on Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown. Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We're the Hot in the South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Hawks up!
Back here, Rio Sports Live. Again, you see the Brownsville Veterans Lady Chargers over on the far left. They're in the white uniforms as they are getting warmed up. That's the Ray Texans over there, by the way. Lady Texans from Corpus Christi. I asked them earlier if they're staying on the island. Island Service is one of our sponsors here on Rio Sports Live as well. And they weren't sure. They knew they had their motel changed where they were staying, and some of them had never been to the South Padre Island, so hopefully they get a visit is what their hopes are as they find out where they're staying tonight. This afternoon, they're taking on the Brownsville Veterans Lady Chargers. Chargers in the red uniforms out there actually taking hitting practice right now. You can see on the return of these hits, they rely heavily on defense. We saw that last week when they went up against the big-time powers in the early season, thus far establishing with big hitters such as McAllen Lady Bulldogs. And when they took on Sherryland and on against Nikki Rowe, their defense at times was able to play and take any attack coming at them and turn it into a chance for the offense to score points. And anytime you can get those good passes to your setter, it means you have better opportunities in which to flip and change the scoreboard in your favor. A couple of minutes left before we have the opening serve. We'll take another break. Again, the advertisers is why we're able to do what we do. They pay for us to broadcast the games. This is Rio Sports Live. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We're the Ray Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Back here at Rio Sports Live as we are under a minute before the first serve of this game. These are all pool play games that will take place today. They're playing in various locations here in Brownsville. This gym, which is the home of the Hannah Golden Eagles, will be the eventual site of the championship game on Saturday. Now, Rudy and I are here today. Ruben will be taking over the play-by-play duties, and he'll probably take it right into the championship match on Saturday. But again, yes, there are other venues, and as we get more and more advertising and we hire more and more individuals, we'll be able to be at the multiple sites for these tournaments, as is the case over in Mission today, in which we have crews that will be both in Mission and in Mission Veterans. We know there are other tournaments. We were trying to get all the information together for the Port Isabel tournament. That came in late yesterday, which meant we weren't able to get crews in place to cover the Port Isabel tournament. We do have a crew over in Sinton covering tournament action there. And with football just around the corner, it means we're going to get even busier than what we are right now. The teams are on the sidelines. That's the Brownsville Veterans Lady Chargers. And on the right-hand side is the Lady Texans of Corpus Christi Ray. They'll serve it up. Game one coming up after this.
At HCISD, we embrace the future.
We learn to communicate.
At HCISD, we put our best foot forward.
At HCISD,
we.
At HCISD, we learn that the smallest of moments can make the deepest impressions.
At HCISD, we are creating the future together.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
This game. And away we go as the teams make their way on the floor and meet and greet. We are set for the opening serve. We thank the Brownsville School District for assisting us in broadcasting this game. Normally, we would be on a rock-solid hard wire for internet. We are using right now a Wi-Fi, and it is sporadic at times coming in and out. So those fans that are watching, if you do see a drop in the broadcast quality, we are doing the best we can to make sure that our broadcast stays up and running for you to enjoy it wherever you may be. Texans on the right-hand side in the white uniforms with the red trim from Corpus Christi, taking on Brownsville, the Lady Chargers from Brownsville Veterans Memorial. They had an early morning session here on this floor. We'll be catching that morning session beginning tomorrow and the afternoon session as well, and leading up to the championship game, which takes place on Saturday. Texans entering some substitutions real quick before the first serve. They'll bring in the libero, which is Natalie Cruz back there wearing the number 1. They'll also be serving to start the game. And Brindley Hopkins is back to serve it up. Hopkins, a right-handed server, and we are set for the opening serve. Away it goes. Just across the net, that's an ace, and a 1-0 lead for Ray out of the gate off the kind bounce. Brownsville Veterans employing 4 players back defensively beyond the spike line, waiting for the next serve from Brindley. It's a deeper serve this time. Good set this time in the middle for the Chargers. That's spiked across and down for the point. We're tied at 1 apiece. Center set that time for Brownsville Veterans. They'll substitute into the game as Gracie Avila checks into the game. And back to serve is Gladys Espinoza. The jump serve gets it over. Played by the Lady Texans. They'll set it up on the outside left. Spiked over. Played by Brownsville Veterans. Lady Chargers on the outside. Coming right back at you. Good dig back there by the defense on the first hit. The pass goes away and a point scored for Brownsville Veterans. They go up 2-1. Watching our game on social media. If you're watching on our Facebook site, please share the link. Let other fans know these games are going on. And if you haven't done so already, like and follow our page. A jump serve across, that's an ace, and Brownsville Veterans goes up 3-1. An ace by Gladys Espinoza. She's ready to serve again. Right-handed server using the jump serve. Back row, good pass by the Lady Texans. They'll set it up in the center. Spiked over, but it's blocked. Ball back across, and a point score for Brownsville Veterans. Attacking was Kylie Kaysen, but a double block right there at the center of the net. And Brownsville Veterans up 4-1 here in game number 1. These are all to 25, a win by 2, and it's a best-of-5 series. Texans will get it across to the back row. Good play back there. The libero is Cassandra Garcia for Brownsville Veterans. Ball off the net, a free ball to work with for the Chargers. They'll dig it near the net. Set it up, and a free ball for the Lady Texans of Corpus Christi Ray. Set in the center, spiked across. Good hit, good dig over there by Garcia once again. Outside left, a spike over by Gracie Avila, and that goes down for another point for Brownsville Veterans. 5-1 the score as the Lady Chargers out of the gate with a lead here in the first game. Espinoza has had a good service run, gets another one across, played by the Texans. Set it up for Mia Barnes, puts it over. Dug again by Garcia back there. Back row attack hit over by Espinoza, played by the Texans. Racing over to set that was Hopkins. Gets it to a hitter, but it's hit out of bounds, and it carries out for a 6-1 Brownsville Veterans lead. So Espinoza continues to serve for the Lady Chargers of Brownsville Veterans Memorial. Using that jump serve. Gets another one in. Good dig back there by the Lady Texans. Set it up off the net. Spiking it across is The Texans played right back at you on the angle. That one carries in for Brownsville Veterans. They go up 7-1. Substitution in the game. Let's take a look on the Josh Moody replay on the right-hand side of your screen. And you'll see as this hit across on the angle just lands inbounds for the point for Brownsville Veterans. Espinoza to serve again. Another good serve. Good pass by the Texans. Second hit over as Hopkins tries to catch him off guard. Chargers set it up, and that's another kill by Gracie Avila. 8-1. 7 consecutive points served up by Espinoza, and she'll serve again. Pass forward as Barnes digs that. They'll set Barnes on the curl. Gets it over. Good dig on the defensive side. Set up for the Chargers. Another kill goes down. This time Gracie Avila puts it away. 9-1. Lady Chargers on top early. We'll be back with more after the timeout.
Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the concession stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the concession stand.
We are Edinburgh Villa and you're watching Rio Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc.
Out of the timeout, the Brownsville Veterans, the Lady Chargers, continue to have terrific success by the serving of Gladys Espinoza. She serves up another point. It's a 10-1 game, and she'll serve again. Jump serve to the back row, played by the Texans, trying to get her off that service line. Tip it over. Defense right there to play it for the Chargers. Set it up for Avila again, and scores another point. The serving of Espinoza and the hitting of Avila on the front row have been lethal here in game one for the Lady Chargers. Espinoza to serve again. Back corner. Pass by Barnes. They'll set Barnes again. Tips it over the blockers. Diving play by the Chargers keeps that alive. That was Espinoza coming out to make that play. Set up in the center. Hit across by Anna Sanka for the Lady Texans. Ball tipped over. Texans trying to set up something on the outside left to Barnes, and the net it goes, though. Point scored, Brownsville Veterans. Couple of chances that time to attack for the Lady Texans of Corpus Christi Ray. Like I told you about during the pregame show, this Brownsville Veterans defense is a lot tougher than you think. Serve goes out of bounds, and that ends an 11-point service run for Gladys Espinoza of Brownsville Veterans, and earns a serve over to the Ray Texans. They'll substitute into the game as Trinity Hargis steps to the front row. Mia Barnes back to serve, serves it up. Chargers passing it to the back left. That's a good kill, and points scored, Brownsville Veterans. Montserrat De Los Santos on the kill. De Los Santos to serve. 13-12 is your score. As De Los Santos lets it go. Texans set it up off the net. Spike it, and a partial block scores the point to the Lady Chargers of Brownsville Veterans. They go up 14-2. Another serve coming up by De Los Santos. Keeper serve to the back corner. Back there is Natalie Cruz. Big hit this time. Carries, that's in the back corner. Ray scores the point. 14-3 the score as the Lady Texans get the kill. They'll also substitute in the game as Jada James checks in on the front row. James joins Trinity Hargis for the Texans. Short serve, Chargers with a pass. Set it up on the outside right, spiked over. There's Barnes to dig it. Free ball coming up as it just carries the net, and a point scored for the Texans. A well-placed hit by Trinity Hargis. 14-4 the score as Hargis catches the back row off guard. And the Lady Texans will serve. Cruz at the service line, gets it over. Pass by the Lady Chargers. Set up for Avila, puts it over. Good dig back there by Barnes. Free ball to work with for the Lady Chargers. The set by Ramirez, and right down the center, a kill by Carrington Lane scores the point. Carrington Lane will check out quickly after that kill, replaced by Alex Torres. Torres will serve for Brownsville Veterans. They've led throughout this game after the Texans scored early. Brownsville Veterans went on a tremendous run. Leading by 11, looking to build on that. Tip over the blockers, and an effort by Cruz, just couldn't keep that ball in play, and it's a 16-4 score as Brownsville Veterans scores again. Back to serve is Alex Torres. Torres with a jump serve, just clears the net. Played by Mia Barnes of Corpus Christi Ray. They'll get it over. Played by the Chargers. A back set right side. That's off the block, and count that point as Abigail Padilla scores the point. Makes it a 17-4 game. Brownsville Veterans playing here in their first pool game of the afternoon. Jump serve across, short serve. That's an ace. Just in front of that back row. And an ace served up by Torres, and she'll serve again. Torres, a right-handed server with a jump serve, gets it deep in the back row. That carries out of bounds. Lady Texans earn the serve. They'll substitute in a couple players. Jezebel Villarreal checks in. She'll serve. Also checking in is Kennedy Kuchta. Kuchta, that is. And a set for the Chargers of Brownsville Veterans. Madafar Solis puts that one down for the point. 19-5 the score on a kill by Solis. And you're seeing that anyone rotating into the game on the front row for Brownsville Veterans is capable of finishing off rallies. So your setter gets more and more options each time players are in. Any hitter on the front row is an option for the setter. Pass by the Texans up near the net. Set it in the center for James. Gets it over. Brownsville Veterans, second hit over. Good dig by Cruz back there, the libero. Back set. That's off the block. Point scored. Brownsville Veterans goes up 20-5. Share the link on our Facebook if you are watching out there on Facebook. Subscribe to our channel if you're watching on our YouTube channel. Serve across. Played by Corpus Christi Ray. Center set. Spike it to the back corner. Played there by Andrea Chapa for Brownsville Veterans. They'll get it over. Cruz on the dig. A set by Villarreal and a tip over by Hargis. Played by Brownsville Veterans with a back set right side. Spike it to the back row. Dug again by Barnes. Set it up once again for Hargis. A good play defensively that time by Chapa. And a point scored by the Ray Texans as they stick with it and earn the point off the longest rally of the game. Trinity Hargis back to serve for Corpus Christi Ray. Back row plays that for the Chargers of Brownsville Veterans. A back row attack, spiked over and in. There's a libero producing points off the back row. Gracie Avila on the kill. Serve across, played by the Texans. Tip it over. Set it up for Espinoza, gets it over, and here come the Texans again. Setting up for Barnes, and she'll score the point. 21-7 your score. Substitution in the game to the front row. Anna Sanka checks in for the Lady Charger, or the Lady Texans, that is. Ball goes in the net, and Brownsville Veterans earns the serve. They'll substitute in the game. Checking in on the front row is Carrington Lane. Also checking in and heading back to serve is Paulina Ramirez. Ramirez, a right-handed server for Brownsville Veterans. Left-handed serve gets across, played by the Texans. Back set to the center, good swing. Played defensively by Brownsville Veterans. Free ball to work with for the Chargers. The pass on the money, a set by Villarreal on a back set, spiked off the block. Dug out by Brownsville Veterans. They'll get it across. Rally continues. Texans set it up again. This time they'll go back to Barnes. Gets it across. Scores the point. 22-8 as Mia Barnes is able to produce. Substitutions off the bench for the Lady Texans. Sylvia Gonzalez checks in. Also, Hopkins back to serve. .22-8 game. Serve across is a good one. Ball on the Lady Texans side. They'll get it across, but it carries out of bounds. Brownsville Veterans able to score the point. 23-8 your score. Substitutions will check into the game. Omega Gracia will check in the game for the Lady Chargers. Gracia, right-handed server, gets it across. Played by the Texans off the net. Spiked across, that carries out of bounds. Brownsville Veterans goes up 24-8. They'll serve now, trying to take game one here in this best of 5. Lady Texans with a good pass. Set it on a back set, punched over by Barnes. Chargers set it up, looking for the win, and they'll get it right there. 25-8 the final score. Brownsville Veterans wins game 1, and we'll be back with game 2 after this.
Which is the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Come on down to Staple Street Meat Market with the best selection of quality meats, beef ribs, Angus beef fajitas, and Staple Street brand sausage, featuring our new authentic family recipe for pony spices. Check out our weekly specials. Your one-stop shop for everything you need for your next barbecue: ice, charcoal, wood, and adult beverages. We are your local football headquarters. Look for our new location coming early 2022 at 7418 South Staple Street. We're a proud advertising partner with Real Sports Live and the Coastal Bend and RGV, and supporting all our local sports and athletes. Staples Street Meat Market.
Back here at Rio Sports Live, and away we go in Game 2 between the Corpus Christi Ray Lady Texans and Brownsville Veterans. Lady Chargers won the first game. And here in Game 2, they'll start with a serve, earn the first point. Line drive serve is an ace. It's a 2-0 game for Brownsville Veterans. Paulina Ramirez will serve again. Served up the first 2 points. This one clears the net again. Another ace. It's a 3-0 game. Chargers have had a great run off the service line. In Game 1, it was behind the strong serving of Gladys Espinoza that started it off. Ramirez, after 3 consecutive points, sends that one off the back row out of bounds. Corpus Christi Ray will earn the serve. 3-1 game. Texans serve it up. Lady Chargers on the attack, set it up on the right side. That's a cross. Good dig back there on the back row by Hopkins. Ball up into the rafters. They can play that. They will, and it rallies back and forth. On the exchange, Texans set it up in the middle. Kaysen puts it over. Played by the Chargers, set it up, and a spike is blocked. Texans keep that ball alive. Ball over. Looking to set it to the back row. That's Chapa coming up to hit it. Here come the Texans again, set up for Barnes. Chapa on the dig this time. Now they'll set up Espinoza, lets it go. Good dig by the Lady Texans. They'll set it up again for Barnes. Defense played by the Chargers. Defense right back at you by the Texans, but then the pass goes awry and a point scored by Brownsville Veterans. Natalie Cruz diving to get a hand on that ball. But the Lady Chargers win the point. Now here's Espinoza back at the service line. Spike across, and down it goes, a point by Kaysen. That's an important point for the Lady Texans. It gets Espinoza off the service line, which is where a lot of Team 1's victory for Brownsville Veterans to score those points. Short serve across, and that's an ace served up for the Lady Texans. 4-3 game as they are sticking with Brownsville Veterans here in the early stages of Game 2. Serve across by Marley Sims, played by the Chargers off the back row. Spiked across, good dig right there by the Lady Texans. Set it up on the angle, that's a cross, and Trinity Hargis will tie the game. 4-4 the score. On the kill by Hargis. Serve across by Sims once again. Lady Chargers set it up. Spiked over. Ball at the net. Challenge won there. And a 5-4 lead for Brownsville Veterans. They'll serve. And an ace served up by De Los Santos makes it 6-4. .6-4 ball game. Brownsville Veterans to serve again. De Los Santos give that back corner, played by Sims. To the back row, Cruz hits it over. Chargers on the attack in the center. That's past the blockers. A whistle blows in the net. A lift is called on Brownsville Veterans, and a point will be scored for the Lady Texans of Corpus Christi Ray. Back in the game is Jada James on the front row for the Lady Texans. Natalie Cruz back to serve. Cruz, a short serve. Diving play keeps that alive for a second, but nothing doing, and we're tied at 6-6 off the serve of Natalie Cruz. Cruz to serve again. Chargers, a challenge at the net. One there by the Texans. Ball still alive. Chargers keeping it in play. And it falls to the ground, and a point scored by Ray. Good challenge at the net by Jada James for the Lady Texans to put the Brownsville veterans back in a defensive position on that rally. Now a return to serve goes out of bounds, and the Lady Texans have flipped the switch here in game 2 and have now taken a 2-point lead after trailing throughout game 1. They're leading here. Ball at the net. Challenge won by the Lady Texans. They score again and go up 9-6. We just got our first football cancellation for week 1, which is next week. Santa Rosa was scheduled to play at Lyford. That's been canceled, according to a memorandum that we were just passed along. Ball at the net, tipped off of the Lady Texans, and the Chargers will score. Brownsville veterans with a 9-7 deficit and serving. Torres puts it over. Pass by the Texans. Second hit over as the setter Hopkins didn't have much of a choice. Spike across by the Lady Chargers. Ball back on the Brownsville veteran side, off the net. Hit across again by Avila. That'll score a point. 9-8 the score as Brownsville veterans to within 1. Modifier Solis to serve. Texans are right there. Set it up on the right side, and that carries over the baton. Point scored by Brownsville veterans makes it a 9-9 game. Lady Chargers to serve again. Alex Torres puts it in play. Ball stays on the back row. They'll go to Cruz with that. Chargers dig it out of the net, keep it alive for a moment. Texans set it up off the net. Spiked over by Hargis, and that'll score a point. Texans back up 1. Jezebel Villarreal will check in to serve for Corpus Christi Ray. Also checking in, Anna Sanka to the front row. 10-9 game with Ray on top. Chargers setting it up. Off the net to Solis, puts it over. Texans going to work again. Right back to Hargis. That tip is covered by the defense. Here's a set to Solis again. In the net it goes. On the return, point scored by CC Ray. Lady Texans maintaining control of the lead here. They'll serve again. Chargers with a pass, second hit over. Defense is right there to play that. Free ball to work with for the Chargers of Brownsville veterans. Back set, hit across. Good play defensively. That's Marley Sims back there on the back row for the Ray Lady Texans. Set up off the net, spiked over by Avila, played by the Texans. Chargers go on the attack. Brownsville veterans sets it center. Block, back at you. Point scored. Jada James with another block. (12-9) the score. Lady Chargers on the back row set. Hit across. Played by the Lady Texans on the back set right side. Hit across. Padilla there to dig that. Tipped over by Avila. Played by the Lady Texans. Free ball for the Chargers. Back row attack this time. Hit across and a point scored. Espinoza scores the point. 12-10 your score. Substitution off the bench for the Brownsville veterans. Lady Chargers. Andrea Chapa will check into the game. Chapa with a short serve, and that's an ace. 12-11 as Chapa scores. And now she'll be serving, trying to tie this game up. Chapa, right-handed server, will take the approach from that far side of the court with a jump serve. On the return, Lady Texans set it off the net, hit across by Sanka, but carries out, and Brownsville Veterans has tied it up at a dozen. Another serve by Chapa, short serve, played. Pass by Hargis, at the net, set up James, gets it over. Good dig by Brownsville Veterans. Texans going the attack again. This is Cruz trying to set up something for Hargis, puts it over, looking for the back row. It carries out of bounds, and Brownsville Veterans takes the lead. 13-12 for the Lady Chargers. Andrea Chapa to serve again. That's another ace. Brownsville Veterans goes up 14-12. Timeout call by the Array Texans. They're right there playing serve for serve with Brownsville Veterans. Had a lead until just a moment ago. Chargers serving, Texans returning the serve after this on Real Sports Live.
You're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it. After that timeout, back at Brownsville Hannah. This is Brownsville Veterans and Corpus Christi Ray. Lady Texans called the timeout on the return of serve. They'll set it up. Spike it over, but the Chargers defense is right there. Blocked now by the Lady Texans. This one carries out of bounds. Point, Corpus Christi Ray. 14-13 your score. Kayleen Rodriguez back to serve for the Lady Texans. Puts it over. Played by the Lady Chargers. Set off the net. That's Espinoza putting it across. Down it goes. Point scored. 15-13 to score. Brownsville Veterans on top by 2. Cassandra Garcia to serve. Good pass by the Lady Texans. Set it up for Barnes. Gets it over. Garcia there to dig that. Free ball to work with for the Texans. Back set on the outside, spiked over, played by the Chargers. They'll set it up on the free ball again for the Lady Texans of Corpus Christi Ray. Set up for Barnes, uses the angle, scores the point. (15-14) the score. Jada James to serve again. Short serve, played by the Lady Chargers of Brownsville Veterans. That's a block by the Texans. Ball still alive. They'll get a free ball to work with out of this. No, they won't. Point scored for Brownsville Veterans. An overhead back to the net kind of play there. And finding a spot in the defense to score the point for Brownsville Veterans. 16-14 your score. Back to serve is Paulina Ramirez. Ball played by the Lady Texans off the net. Spiked into the net. Point score, Brownsville Veterans. They go up 3. And that's their biggest lead in this game. After controlling things in game 1, they had to come from behind to take the lead here in this one at the midway point. Short serve played by the Lady Texans. Set it off the net for Barnes. Gets it over right down central. Scores the point for the Lady Texans. Mia Barnes on the kill. Substitutions off the bench for the Lady Texans. Brinley Hopkins checks in. She'll serve. Sylvia Gonzalez to the front row. For Corpus Christi Ray. Chargers set it up in the center, and a wicked kill goes down. 19-15 your score as Carrington Lane puts it away. Make it an 18-15, a 3-point lead for the Lady Chargers. Serve over by Rodriguez, or check that by Gracia. Point scored by the Texans off the return of serve. Texans are within 2. Back to serve is Mia Barnes. Substitution also checks in. Trinity Hargis on the front row for the Lady Texans. Barnes to serve it up. Short serve on the return of serve. Pinballs back and forth on either side of the net. Chargers set up for the hit. Blocked, ball still alive on the Charger side. Outside left, past the blocker, score the point. Well placed hit by Avila. 19-16 the score. Again, I want to pass along. We got word that the Lyford-Santa Rosa football game looks like it's already been canceled for next week. Serve over. High set, spiked over by Hargis. Chargers set it up. This is Avila. What a play by the Ray Texans to keep that one in play. 3-point game. In the net it goes. See if we can see that on the replay. And watch the play by Hopkins getting to this ball that looked like there was no way anybody was going to get there. Back to live action. Texans serve it up. Chargers get it across. Good chance here for Corpus Christi Ray. Center set, that's James. She's been instrumental in keeping her team in it here in game 2. That's off the block. Point score for Brownsville Veterans. 20-17, Lady Chargers. A couple of substitutes in. Alex Torres will check in to serve. Marifar Solis to the front row. Torres serving it up. Her team up 3. Texans with a good pass. Racing over there is Hopkins. Sets it for Gonzalez, gets it over. Chargers struggle with that. Solis punches it over. Here come the Texans again on the attack. Setting up Hargis. Chargers on the attack, off the net to Solis. Ball at the net, back and forth we go. Another challenge. There's James to keep that in play again. A set for Avila, that's blocked. Ball at the net, spiked over. Play by Garcia back there on the back row. Another swing, a good dig this time by the Lady Texans. Ball back on the Chargers side, that's Torres making a play. Ball back on the Texan side, a high set in the center for James. Dug that time by Padilla. Now they'll set it over for Avila. Good play back there by Marley Sims. Ball back on the Charger side. Set it up on the back set. That carries out of bounds. Long rally. CC Ray wins that one. Lady Texans to within 2 at 20-18. Natalie Cruz to serve. There's a challenge on that play, just checking the rotation, but now they'll award a point to Brownsville Veterans on a rotation error for the Lady Texans of Corpus Christi Ray. 21-18 score. Back to serve is Andrea Chapa for Brownsville Veterans. They won the first game. This is a best of 5. Even though it's pool play, we are going best of 5 series with these games. Chapa to serve. Short serve. Nice pass that time by the Texans. Set it up off the net for Kennedy Kutzuk, who's now in the game. Spike across, right back at you. Espinosa's there. That carries out of bounds. Off the tip, so it's a 22-18 Brownsville Veterans lead. And they'll look to serve again. Short serve. Texans there to play that up near the net. Right at you, though. Solis is able to put it down. 23-18, a 5-point lead for Brownsville Veterans. If you're just joining us, they were challenged here in Game 2. The Texans up their ante on their level of play, had a lead till the midway point in this game. Chargers now looking for the spike. That's blocked. Good play up there by Trinity Hargis and Jada James on the front row. Chargers relentless with the pressure, score anyway. 24-18, and now they look to close out Game 2. Those watching, please share the link on our Facebook side. Help other fans during these day games to know these games are going on. Short serve, played by the Texans, off the net. Free ball for the Chargers of Brownsville veterans. Pass on the money, a set by Torres. Center set, spiked out of bounds. Texans stave off a game point as Solis put too much on that. Trinity Hargis back to serve for Corpus Christi Ray. That's an ace. 24-20. 2 consecutive game points staved off by this Texan team. Lady Texans will serve again. Trinity Hargis is ready. Short serve. Good pass this time by the Lady Chargers. Set it up off the net. Spiked over by Padilla. Good dig by the Lady Texans. They'll keep it alive. Chargers with another chance to put Game 2 away. Back set this time. Off the back row. Good dig by the Texans. They'll attack from the back row. One-handed to the back corner. Played back there by Garcia. Ball to the Chargers Chapa. And another point scored by the Texans. A long rally. They're back to within 3. 24-21. Hargis serves again. Pass is right to the center. Set it up. That's a block. Ball at the net. Another block, but off the block it goes down, and Brownsville Veterans wins Game 2. 25-21. Texans from Corpus Christi Ray. Brownsville Veterans Lady Chargers will continue with Game 3 after this. See you later, touchdown. Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We're the Hawks and South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Hawks up!
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We're the Ray Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
At HCISD, we embrace the future.
We learn to communicate.
At HCISD, we put our best foot forward.
At HCISD, we
make noise!
At HCISD, we learn that the smallest of moments can make the deepest impressions.
At HCISD, we are creating the future together.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
We are Eddie Burkella, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Game 3, and here we go between Brownsville Veterans and Corpus Christi Ray, and the Lady Chargers are able to score the first point here after winning game 1 25-8. Lady Chargers were tested in a big way in game 2. Rallied back to win that second game, and now serving Espinoza. Gladys Espinoza, if you weren't with us for game 1, had just a amazing run at the service line, serving up 11 consecutive points. She'll score again as her team produces off a rally, and it's a 2-0 game. Texans were able to get her off the service line in game 2 after one serve. Espinoza to serve again. A diving play back there by Natalie Cruz. That's off the net. Ball carries out of bounds, too far on the back row. Sylvia Gonzalez saw that the only player back there was a libero. Tried to angle that away from her. But a point scored. Served by Espinoza. Ball off the net. Over on the Charger side. High set across the way for Avila. That's blocked back at you. Point scored by the Texans. 3-1 ball game as the Lady Texans from Corpus Christi Ray battling back. As they send Espinoza off the service line and gain the serve. Marley Sims back for that chore. Puts it in play. Chargers set it up. Hit across by Avila. That's good enough for the point. Gracie Avila. Brownsville veterans up. And they'll be serving here. Monserrat de los Santos puts it in play. On the pass, it's up near the net. Texans can't dig that out of there, and Brownsville veterans up quickly here in game 3 at 5-1. De los Santos to serve again. Good pass this time by the Texans. Set it up off the net. Off the blockers this time. Score the point, Trinity Hargis. 5-2 game. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. What we rely on 1,000% is advertising. What the advertisers look at is how many people have subscribed to your channel, how many people are liking and following your page. Then we get into the deeper analytics of what are the minutes watched on a monthly basis. It's not just views. It's about sustained views and how long they stay on. 5-3 game as Corpus Christi Ray scores. Cuts the lead to 2, and they'll be serving. This is a best-of-5 series. They do have time to get back in this. It's a big hill to climb after you drop those first 2. That'll help. That's an ace. It's a 5-4 game. So I do try to drive that point home. If you're watching on Facebook, share the link. It helps with the reach, which is another analytic that's looked at by advertisers. And then once you get past the reach, it's likes and follows. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. Spike across, and we're tied off a kill by Trinity Hargis. Hargis reaching back, letting go, and scoring the point. It's a 5-5 game. Natalie Cruz serving now, looking to give her team the lead. Gets it over. Chargers on the set. Hit across by Avila. Played this time by the Texans. Ball at the net, punched over. Right back on the Texans side. Trying to set it up. Again, they'll go to Hargis. Gets it over. Dug back there by Garcia. Avila lets it go, and a lift will be called. Point score, Brownsville veterans. 6-5 score. Marifar Solis will check in on the front row for Brownsville veterans. Alex Torres to serve. Pass by the Chargers. In the net it goes. Another point for Brownsville veterans. Torres will get another serve. Gets it over. Played by the Lady Texans. Tip it over. Played by the Lady Chargers of Brownsville veterans. Set it up for Avila. Puts it over and scores the point. 8-5 the score. Coming up, San Perlita will be in the mix of this pool. They'll be taking on either of these two teams. As we close out the day, 3 matches played here in this afternoon session. Points scored by the Lady Texans makes it an 8-6 game. They'll substitute in the game as Jezebel Villarreal rolls back to serve. Front line, Anasanka takes a spot on the outside left. Short serve, good play over there by Padilla to keep it alive. Set up Solis, puts it over, blocked, but a whistle blows. 4 hits called. They'll say it didn't clear the net. And Corpus Christi Ray is awarded the point. 8-7 game. Villarreal to serve again. At the net, nothing doing. Ray ties the game at 8 apiece. This game's played here today, pool play. Tomorrow they'll reset a pool. And then they'll be playing the bracket and championship game, eventually played right here on this court. Spike across, Brownsville Veterans back on top at 9-8. Reminding you, our football magazine is due to hit the streets next week, featuring football teams from around the area. That'll be free of charge. We'll be posting on where you can get your copies. Hit across by the Texans. Free ball to work with for Corpus Christi Ray. A good pass, a good set, spiked over by James. Dug over there by Garcia for Brownsville Veterans. Set up Espinoza, hits it off the block and scores the point for Brownsville Veterans. 10-8 the score. Andrea Chapa to serve. Short jump serve. Dug over there by Sanka. Ball on the back row, played across. That is out of bounds. Brownsville Veterans up 3. Andrea Chapa will serve again. The pass this time. High set off the net, spiked over by Sanka. Played by Brownsville Veterans. A back set and a block by the Lady Texans. Keeps it alive. Ball goes across though. Points scored for Brownsville Veterans. They go up 4. 12-8 the score. Chapa serves it up. Texans pass it for Villarreal. The set, spiked over by James. Another dig back there by Garcia. Here's Espinoza. That's off the block. James keeps it alive for a second. Hargis tried to help out, and it falls to the ground. Point scored, Brownsville Veterans. 13-8 the score. It's Chapa having a good run at the serving line. Serves up an ace, makes it 14-8. Timeout call by Corpus Christi Ray. Lady Texas going to talk it over. Lady Chargers up 2-0, leading game 3. Serving after this.
Nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Our thanks to Sherryland School District for being one of the schools that is advertising throughout our broadcast here on Real Sports Live for a 3rd year. Sherryland School District assisting us in doing what we're doing here on Real Sports Live. That's the only way that schools are participating as far as in a financial way. That spike goes down the line. I don't charge for the broadcast. I don't charge the fans ever. But when schools do advertise with us, it does assist us in a big way in doing what we do. I don't put it out there that we have to have advertising in order to do the games. We try to do as many games as we can for as many schools as we can. Matter of fact, the requests coming in are just amazing on asking for our services because of the way we set this up. Ball falls to the ground for CC Ray. Right now, if I had Cruz, we have requests from Moranza's pass. We have a request from Taft. from Gregory Portland today. I was requested advertising or broadcast information. Alice, we've been requested there to broadcast their games. And Beeville, among the many that are asking right now, hey, can you do our games? Freer, wanting us to do all of their games. First, it starts with the advertising revenue, and then it's finding individuals dedicated to being at those games. If you know of any individuals that can fill any of those three shoes, reach out to me on an email at realsportslive@gmail.com. Whether it's advertising, broadcasting, or camera operations. Ball in the net, Brownsville Veterans scores and goes up 17-9. This year alone, Harlingen, Sherryland, Lyford, Brownsville, all being schools that are participating as recognizing the ability to advertise within our broadcast. And I can't thank those schools enough for doing just that and providing us some revenue in which to operate and get our crews out there. Chargers set it up in the middle, tipped over by Solis, and a point scored by Ray as Solis will edge the net. 17-10 the score. Jada James to serve for the Lady Texans. Spins it over, played by the Lady Chargers. Back set, off the block. Good dig over there by Hopkins. Ball off the net, hit across. Played by the Lady Chargers of Brownsville Veterans. Off the back row, that's Chapa to put it over. Texans set it up in the middle, spiked over by Kaysen, and it scores the point. Kylie Kaysen with the point. Makes it a 17-11 game. Jada James will get another chance to serve. Gets it over. Played by the Chargers. Back row kill coming up by the libero. That's Garcia. That'll put it down for the point. It's an 18-11 game. Garcia can play defense with anyone. And right there shows the ability that she too is an option for the setters. I talked about that in game 2, that Brownsville Veterans has all those hitters that rotate in on the front row. But those players on the back row also capable of scoring off the sets. Chargers into the net with that one. Point scored. Well, it did clear the net, and the point score, Brownsville Veterans now up 19-11. They'll serve again. Short serve, and that's an ace. 20-11. Hit across by the Texans. Chargers off the back row, spike it over with the left hand. Played by the Texans. Brownsville Veterans setting it up again. Center set, spiked over. Dug over there by Alcantar, who's now in the game, and that leads to a point scored by CeCe Ray. Lizette Alcantar with a good dig, and then the Lady Texans able to produce the point. Hopkins back to serve. Also back in is Gonzalez on the front row for the Lady Texans of CeCe Ray. They'll serve. Brownsville Veterans on the return of serve. It stays on the back row. Free ball, relatively easy to work with here for the Texans. Center set, spike, but blocked. And a point score for Brownsville Veterans. They go up 21-12. On the replay here, you'll see that for the most part, that's a free ball to work with and a good pass and a good set. But then off the single block solo, Brownsville Veterans able to score the point. Texans get it over. Chargers set it up. That's Avila, score the point. Double-digit lead now for Brownsville Veterans. Gracia serves it up. Barnes on the return. They'll set Barnes in the back row. And in the back corner, that lands in. 22-13. Trinity Hargis back in the game. She'll station herself on the front row for the Corpus Christi Ray Texans. Lady Texans watches Mia Barnes, serves it up. A short serve, and that's an ace. 22-14. Barnes trying to get her team in position to make a huge comeback here. Another short serve and another ace. 22-15 is Mia Barnes finding something on the short serve, back-to-back aces. Serves again. Deeper serve this time on the side played by the Chargers. They'll get a set out of this. Spiked across. Barnes is there to help out. Also there is Hopkins, and they'll play it across by Cruz. Chargers set it up off the net. Free ball to work with for the Texans. Their defense worked hard. Can they get a set out of this? Spike over, played by the Chargers. Trying to go on the attack on the back row. Spike it across. Good dig. Good pass. Set it up. Tipped over the blockers. Chargers there to recover as Ramirez plays some defense. Avila hits it across. Cruz digs it. Set it up on the angle. That's Hargis. Two players there to play for the Chargers. Back row kill. Played again by the Texans on the pass. No communication, and Brownsville Veterans scores the point. Serving is De Los Santos. Texans to Hargis. Over it goes to Hopkins. Points scored, and Brownsville Veterans leads now 24-15. Trying to close this out in a 3-game sweep. Brownsville Veterans. De Los Santos serves it up. Cruz on the return. A set by Hopkins. And a cross played on the Brownsville Veterans side. They can set it up for Avila. Tips it over the blockers. Terrific play that time. Diving to keep that one alive for the Texans. Ball back on the Texans side. Another pass, another set. Set it up for Hargis off the block. And the Chargers score the point and win the game. 25-15. Brownsville Veterans wins this one in 3 and goes to 1-0 in pool play as they defeat Corpus Christi Ray. That'll do it for our broadcast. My player of the game, I'm going to go all the way back to game 1, who set the tone in this, and give it to Gladys Espinoza for Brownsville Veterans. 11 consecutive serves for points propelled her team into a big lead out of the gate, and then they rolled in this win despite the Texans playing tough in game 2 and then hanging in there in game 3. Final score of game 3, 25-15. Brownsville Veterans wins it. Gladys Espinoza, our player of the game. For Rudy Zamaripa Jr. on the camera, I'm Joe Bowling from Brownsville, Hannah. We'll be back with more. Until then, so